It's kind of funny. I've strategically grown my channel significantly over the last couple of months. And as I've done so, someone with 70,000 followers on an online forum took one of my videos out of context and called me a Nazi. Quite frankly, I think it was my name that tipped him off. Muslim the Nazi, the white supremacist Arab. Let me be very clear. I in no way condone racism or racial supremacy. In fact,
If the Nazis come on my block, I'm gripping my Glock.
if a Nazi comes on my block, I'm gripping my Glock. I'm actually very complimented by this non-factual ad hominem attack because several people I respect dearly in the political community have been called Nazis as well, including Ben Shapiro, ironically enough, a Jew, and Jordan Peterson, as well as a few others. And I say let the opposition come because actually this gave me a really good idea for a new video. I want to tell you the reason I'm so vocal about Nazis. And it's because most people alive in America today would totally have been Nazis had they lived in Germany during World War II. And with that controversial sentence, which undoubtedly hurt some feelings, let me play a little song for you guys to lighten the mood.
They're so fake, oh no. The forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa, you can make us see it your way. No way, gasoline and propane. More flames, oh no. No more snowflakes.
Now, we left off on a cliffhanger before our little feel-good song, but don't worry, I won't leave you there for long. Why would I say that most Americans would have been Nazis if they had lived in Germany during World War II? Well, let me start with this. There's an organization in this country that has gained a lot of political momentum that is focused exclusively on race. And specifically, those who belong to that movement are of one particular ethnic group. The members of that group blame another race of millions of people for their problems and believe that they should pay for the wrongs their ancestors may or may not have committed hundreds of years ago.
I believe it's time to start the national, full-blown conversation about reparations in this country.
There is also a phraseology on the left that is used to illustrate that certain people's opinions or contributions to certain conversations aren't as relevant solely because of the color of their skin. This movement has also been known to vandalize, burn down, and attack anyone or anything that disagrees with them. So is it really that crazy to think it could go a bit further? Before Adolf Hitler was elected to power, he formed a group known as the Brown Shirts. Their job was to intimidate the general public in an effort to sway the German election. They would burn down, destroy, vandalize, and attack at random and en masse all across the country. Historians believe that the reason for this was to illustrate the fact that the German police at the time were powerless to stop the Brown Shirts from exacting vigilante-style revenge on any of their political opponents. Another tactic presented in Hitler's autobiography is controlling the media to present a certain narrative to the people. He placed so much importance on this because he fought as a soldier in World War I, and he was of the opinion that Germany would have won the war if it hadn't been for the German press. He was going to ensure that this time his agenda was displayed to the masses, and anything that didn't fit his agenda was shut down and canceled, much like today. He actually poses a question in his book: who is better for someone in his position to appeal to, the intellectual few or the uneducated masses? He said, and I quote, "I will always choose the masses." And he did that by appealing to their emotions, feeding them fear and anger. Many societies that have existed longer than America has divided themselves along racial lines. The Germans, Russians, Chinese, Africans, and Arabs I could go on and on. And this is quite terrifying, the fact that humans divide themselves among racial lines and start killing each other indiscriminately for perceived injustices. Most people in Germany were Nazis. And that's because most people in Germany were people who were angry, scared, and afraid of people who were different from themselves. Those things tend to bring out the worst in people. The problem is that we all refuse to recognize the evil inside of us. Maybe that's because we're scared of it, or we're afraid that if we show it or recognize it, that other people will see it and shun us. We're literally afraid of our own shadow. And the shadow is actually something I want to discuss in the future on this channel. But for now, I'll leave you with this. One of the most profound quotes I've ever heard is that a tree that reaches up to heaven has roots that reach down to hell. This means we can't be good if we don't even have a concept of the evil we may be confronted with inside of ourselves when fear and anger arise in us. We can't want to sit on the heights unless we're willing to plant the seeds and do the work to get there. So if you tell yourself that you wouldn't be a Nazi in Germany during World War II, either you're the vast exception or you're being dishonest with yourself. You don't know what you're capable of. Being dangerous isn't bad. Being powerful is the only way you can be moral. Because if you're harmless, you're not moral. You're just prey. A bunny doesn't not eat you because he's a nice guy. He doesn't eat you because he's a bunny. We run away from being powerful or being able to inflict harm. But what we don't understand is it's not our ability that makes us good or bad, but it's our choices. Here's my challenge to you. Be honest with yourself. Find out who you really are and what you're capable of. And if you don't know how to do that, that's okay. Keep on the journey with me. My channel is dedicated to helping you find out. I'm Muslim Alanizi. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe for future content. Thank you and have a great day.